Hey everybody, and welcome to our Naples Botanical Gardens experience video. Now I wanted to tell you before we get started that somewhere in this video there's a hidden Easter egg, and I'm not going to tell you where it is, but if you pay attention and you find that hidden Easter egg, I want you to mention it in the comment section below. If you find the Easter egg, the first person to mention it in a comment is going to get a $100 digital gift card that you can use on our website to purchase an item of $100 value or less. So again, pay attention, look out for that unusual hidden Easter egg in this video, and mention it in the comments for a chance to win that $100 gift card. Enjoy the video, everyone, and thanks for stopping by.
Hi everybody, I'm Sergio with Mobility Direct, and welcome to our YouTube channel. Thanks for stopping by. In today's video, we're going to give you an honest review and comparison of two of our best folding mobility scooters on the market that are front wheel drive. We have the eFOLDi Lite and the Pride iGo. Now we're going to go and take this on a ride. We're going to talk about the pros and the cons. Now before we get started, we're going to cue into some epic action shots. All right, welcome back everybody. So before we get too far into this video, I do need to tell you about our free catalog. All you have to do if you want a copy is go to our website, mobilitydirect.com, click on the green button that says free catalog, fill out the simple short form, and you'll get one in the mail within 1 to 2 weeks tops. I also want to tell you that if you stay tuned to the end of this video, you're going to see something pretty awesome that happened while we were filming. You're not going to want to miss it, and I'm going to tell you how you can win a free mobility scooter once a month at the end of this video. So make sure you don't go anywhere and stay tuned to find out more about that. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to load this up in the back of the Suburban. You could easily fit this into the back of a sedan. Most sedans, I should say. They're very compact, and we'll tell you all about the dimensions. I'm going to actually throw the dimensions on the screen here for a moment so that you could see the folded dimensions of this unit. There's a forward and reverse. I'm going to put it in reverse and get ready to load it up. So this is the upgraded seat cushion. I highly recommend it. It makes it really comfortable to go on long distance rides. Super padded, but you don't really need it. So I'm going to turn the unit off first. So the first step in folding the eFOLDi Lite is to look for the yellow lever on the front of the steering assembly known as the tiller. Depress that, fold the handlebar all the way down. It's going to catch on with a magnet. Then I like to put 1 foot behind the rear tire so it doesn't slide, fold back the seat, and basically what you're going to do is pick up here, and the back is going to start tilting up. You want to click in the back and hear it click twice. Now it's ready to be transported. Now you might need someone to help you out here. It weighs just around 35 pounds. And what's nice is it has little wheels so that you can roll it sideways as well. That's a really unique feature that no other folding mobility scooter that I've seen has. And as you can see, it takes up barely any room. We have plenty of room to put the iGo in there as well. All right, so here I have the iGo, and I'm going to put this in the trunk of the car next. We're going to throw the dimensions on the screen for you as well. That way you know what you're working with in terms of dimensions if you're wondering whether or not it'll fit in the trunk of your vehicle. It's a very compact scooter, very lightweight, and this has the upgraded armrests. It has the standard seating on it. Comes with a nice little storage bin in the back, and we're going to go ahead and start to fold it up and put it in the trunk of the car. Now the first thing you want to do is pull on this gray lever back here to fold the backrest down. After that, you want to grab the seat from the back underneath, and in the front there's a little tab which I'm tapping with my finger. If you can see it there, I'm going to push that tab, lift up a little bit, and then push down. Now the seat platform is collapsed. Next, you want to grab this handle right here, and there's another handle on the front here where I'm tapping with a lever that you kind of pull, and it has like a brake cable style attached to it. You can see it's releasing down there as I give it play with my left hand up here. You depress that lever, pick up here, and now the scooter is pretty much folded. However, there's a few other things you can do. There's a little lever here which you can pull out and lower the handlebar assembly, or AKA the tiller assembly, down. And what you could do is use these tabs, unlock here, and check this out. It breaks down into 2 lightweight pieces. So you don't have to bear the full weight of the scooter, and that's definitely what's gonna make the iGo unique when compared to the eFOLDi Lite. Now they're both very lightweight. In fact, the heaviest piece on the folding iGo that I'm working with now, in reality, is the base is going to be almost as heavy as the fully assembled unit on the eFOLDi Lite, especially if you take the battery pack out. So they're both very convenient in terms of how lightweight they are and how easy it is to transport them in the trunk of a vehicle. All right, folks, we made it to the botanical garden. Now we're going to unload, and I'm going to start off by taking the back part of the iGo out first. Make some room here, move my cushion from the eFOLDi. Just over 30 pounds here. Now we are going to keep the specs on the screen from time to time so you can see the exact details. This is the front half, even lighter. And this part's pretty straightforward. There's these 2 little bars here. We change the position here so the lighting's a little better. You got to make sure these levers are both in the upward position, and drop those hooks on, and then push both the levers down to lock them in. That's it. Now, what you could do is depress the lever on the front steering assembly, tilt forward, and the whole thing's just going to kind of lock into position. Pick up the seat by depressing the lever. That'll unlock it so you can bring it up. And then there's a little pin on the back here that we used earlier to raise up the backrest. Now we're good to go. I'm going to raise up the handlebar, and the iGo is ready to go. So I've got the eFOLDi right here. It's super lightweight, just over 30 pounds. There's a convenient handle on it, and we're gonna go ahead and put it down, talk about how to unfold it. All right, so now that we've got it out of the vehicle, the first thing you're gonna wanna do is unfold, I should say, the handlebar assembly. And you can bring it up to this point. It's not gonna go all the way up just yet. And then you also wanna make sure you pull this out. So you can see the front now is starting to like swing outwards. And you're also going to want to unhinge with this little silver lever. You're going to want to unhinge that because it's locked in right there. Now you can fold it all the way up. I like to put one hand here, one hand on the backrest, and we're good to go. Very easy, folks. Now we've got our upgraded premium seat cushion. It's going to make the ride extremely comfortable for long distances, and we have that added as an upgrade. And we're ready to go. So let's go for a ride. Again, we're at the Naples Botanical Garden. It's gonna be so much fun. The weather's perfect. Gonna flip my foot plates down. Foot plates we're offering for free as an exclusive upgrade offer. Don't have to pay anything for it. Limited time promotion. And we have a lot of other special deals going on too, so give us a call. So we're just getting ready to go, and I do want to take the time to tell you a little bit about each one of these scooters. We are gonna have the specifications on a comparison list on the screen too, but we chose these 2 scooters to compare against each other because they're both front-wheel drive motors. Okay, so the front wheel has the motor integrated into the actual rim. It's got automatic brakes. They're both very, very similar to one another. Now, what you will notice is that the eFOLDi Lite has suspension built into the seat. You've got these coils. So that's gonna make the ride pretty smooth. And with that seat cushion, it's super comfortable to use for a full day trip. We recently went to the theme parks in Orlando, Florida, and I used this scooter personally, the eFOLDi Lite. It was super comfortable. And the iGo, not to say it's not comfortable, but I think the smoothness factor is a little bit better on the eFOLDi. However, the Pride iGo, it doesn't have the suspension coils, but it has perforated tires in the rear, And those perforated little holes there allow the tires to absorb some of the bumps along the way, but the front tires don't have those holes. So you do tend to feel the bumps and the cracks on the road a little bit more on the iGo when compared to the eFOLDi. However, the iGo has armrests. So for those of you that like to rest your arms on something, I personally do. It helps my shoulder muscles out and my tennis elbow sometimes to have the armrests. The iGo, you can actually purchase armrests as an accessory, whereas on the eFOLDi, unfortunately, you cannot. Now the eFOLDi also has foot pegs to put your feet on, because the foot platform is a little bit more narrow compared to the iGo, so you don't really need the foot pegs on the iGo. Now they're both going to have lithium batteries that weigh around 4 pounds, and I would say the iGo is a little bit more feature rich because it does have a Lite kit, a USB charging port, and it also has a little storage area in the bottom there with a cargo mesh net. You also have a little soft shell storage case as well here. On the eFOLDi, you do have a little bit of a space here to put like a laptop bag, but you will need to support it with like a bungee cord or some sort of tie downs. It doesn't really have any other storage compartments or area to put anything, so that is something to consider as well. But all in all, they're both very, very similar, and they're both competitively priced. If you want to learn more about any of these scooters or any of other models that aren't in this video, remember, put a comment below. We reply to every comment within 1 business day. Now, something else to point out is about the tires on the eFOLDi Lite. They are air inflatable, which tends to provide a little bit smoother of a ride. So it doesn't have the perforated tires, but it does have air-filled tires on the back and the seat suspension, which overall adds to that smooth factor when going on cracks, bumps in the road, cracks on the sidewalks, uneven terrain, etc. All right, so we are in the Botanical Gardens now, and it's a pretty big park. Spend a lot of time here admiring nature. I'm going to take you up here to the waterfall, which is right at the entrance. Super nice. So you can see nice view of the pond, and we're gonna move through and show you the rest of the park here, but I just wanted to show you this. It's right at the entrance. I would like to point out too that the throttle system on this scooter is a thumb pad. You've got a forward and reverse, or a drive and reverse mode switch, and there's a horn button on the left. Now the turning radius on the eFOLDi is slightly better than the iGo, with a 40-inch turning radius, and on the iGo it's 45.9 inches, so that's something to keep in mind. Super smooth. We're going up a little bit of an incline right now, handling it pretty well. So here's the throttle system on the iGo. You can see you could use just one hand. You can actually just use one finger, whether it's going forward or going backwards. You can use one hand, because it will show you up close here. There's a lever system that only requires one hand. You can either pull forward or push. You can pull back or push forward with your right or your left hand. So that's a traditional kind of a wig-wag or teeter-totter throttle system. And again, on the iGo, you have to use your right hand. So if you're not able to use your right hand, that's definitely going to be one of the drawbacks when comparing the eFOLDi to the iGo. However, we're going over some bumps here on the sidewalk, and I barely feel a thing. It's a super smooth ride, and that's one thing I really love about the eFOLDi. So we're going to keep on touring through here. Hopefully you're enjoying some of the shots. We're going to fast forward a little bit and allow you to enjoy the scenery again here at the Naples Botanical Garden Center in Southwest Florida. Look at all the beautiful flora and fauna all around us. Great place to spend the day. The weather is absolutely perfect. It's about 65 degrees here, and in sunny South Florida, that is perfect. We're going to go through the Lea Asian Garden next and see what we find. Enjoy, folks. All right, so let's talk about the weight factor of both of these scooters. So the iGo is going to weigh significantly more at 65.4 pounds, whereas the eFOLDi weighs 37.5. Here's the thing though, the eFOLDi weighs a lot less, but it doesn't come apart, whereas the iGo comes apart. So the iGo, which is there in front of me, when it's broken in half, the heaviest piece weighs 32.8 pounds. Now the eFOLDi weighs 33 pounds. That's going to be the heaviest piece. Of course, you can remove the battery on both units, so what you're looking at is around 33 pounds, regardless of which model. That's going to be something you'll have to be able to carry to put it in the trunk of a car with both models. Now, I do want to give you some honest and unbiased feedback as far as the off-road factor. These do not really go on grass. They're not designed to be off-road. So mainly you want to stick to hard paved surfaces. Now we are about to go over some pretty bumpy terrain here, and I gotta be honest, it's pretty smooth. The suspension coils on the seat and the rear 10-inch tires that are air inflatable provide a really smooth ride. So you've got 10 inches on the back, 8 inches in the front, whereas on the iGo, you've got pretty much the same on the front, 8 inches, but on the back, you have 9-inch perforated tires on the iGo. So a little bit smaller on the tires. I think they're both going to perform equally when it comes to going on rougher terrain like this, which is kind of a rugged driveway kind of asphalt's not perfectly smooth and leveled, but they both are basically meant for hard, flat paved surfaces. You don't want to really be going on grass or on dirt or on gravel with these units for too long. I mean, sure, it could probably handle a little patch rather, if you need to get across a little patch just to get across a median or something, but it's not designed for that type of use all the time. You're going to wear out that motor and it's just not going to like it. So here we are catching up to Drew, and I think we're going to switch scooters for a little bit. He's getting some pictures, and I think it's time that we maybe switch scooters so I can tell you a little bit about the iGo and give you some feedback on how it rides. Overall, the eFOLDi has plenty of foot space with those complimentary foot pedals that we're offering, and I love it. I mean, it's super comfortable. The seat cushion is a must, I think. Statues. This has got more of an oriental theme to it. Beautiful place to come spend the day. I highly recommend it. I'm going to leave it a great 5-star review on Google. I've been here before with the family. It makes a great field trip, and if you've got a mobility scooter like the eFOLDi or the iGo, you don't have to worry about being on your feet like me. I've had 3 knee surgeries, and it really helps a lot to have a mobility scooter when you're going out on a long, several hour or all day field trip. By the way, guys, if you go to our website and you want to compare the specifications for both of these products, we have a really convenient compare feature. So you can add any 2, 3, or 4 products to the comparison list and look at all the specifications side by side, whether you're on a smartphone, PC, or laptop. So we're going to do a little bit of a donut test here to show you the turning ability. So Drew's on the iGo, and you can see it takes pretty sharp turns. And we were talking about the turning radius on the iGo. It's pretty darn sharp, as you can see. So maneuvering, whether you're indoors or outdoors, is done so with ease, especially in tight spots. Now on the eFOLDi, it has a 40-inch turning radius. So it's a little bit better than the iGo, but not by much, by about 5.5 inches. The iGo takes a little bit more space because it does have a longer frame. So if you are a longer person, you've got more foot room. The overall length on the iGo is a little bit longer, but this one definitely is a little shorter and it turns better in tight places. Let's keep going. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of a gravel test here. There's the iGo in front of us. I'm on the eFOLDi, and it seems to be doing okay. So is the iGo. However, they're not meant for full-time use on this type of terrain, folks. I will tell you that. Now, for short periods of time, it works okay. All right, folks, so now I'm on the iGo, and I do want to take the time to tell you a couple of things about the iGo that make it a little bit more superior So the ground clearance on the iGo is going to be 4.25 inches, whereas on the eFOLDi it's 2.75 inches. So you do have a little bit more ground clearance on this if you're going to go on grass for short periods of time, or if you have to go over a little tiny curb, like when you get into a garage, usually there's like a 1.5 inch curb. Both can handle it, but it does have a little bit better ground clearance. Now they're both rated to travel about 10 miles on a full charge, and they both go about 4 miles per hour. However, the iGo can support up to 275 pounds, whereas the eFOLDi can support up to 265 pounds. So a few differentiators there, and we're gonna go ahead and start to go on a little ride now. All right, now something else that's pretty nice about the iGo is that you can tilt adjust the handle assembly, aka the tiller assembly or steering assembly. So if you need to bring it closer to you, like I'm a little bit, my reach is not as long as Andrew's, my arms aren't as long, so I like to bring it in a little closer. And you could do that with this little lever right here. However, on the eFOLDi, you're kind of stuck with the position that you're at now. So on the eFOLDi, unfortunately, there is no ability to tilt the steering assembly. Let's keep it moving here. We'll keep giving you some fun facts as we ride the iGo. Now the iGo, I will say, performs just a little bit better off-road because it does have the ground clearance that you would expect. It has a little bit more of a heavier duty weight capacity, probably a stronger motor in general. The eFOLDi probably can do a little bit of light traversing on gravel and grass, but not much. Like we showed you earlier, just for little short periods of time. You don't really want to abuse these scooters. They're not meant for off-road, guys. They are meant for flat, paved, hard surfaces in general. But plenty of foot space here. I really like the fact that it has a Lite kit and it has that USB charging port down there, so if you need to charge your phone, you can. The light switches here, the horn. And you've got a half speed and a full speed switch as well with the tortoise and the hare. You can kind of see that right there. Very easy to understand battery meter on the screen there. So the lights will turn off one at a time as the battery's depleting. We've got about 2 green lights already off. But again, no problem going all day on this thing. All right, folks, so we're making our way through the park, and I do want to tell you something really important about these scooters. And really, any scooter that offers this is going to be made by a dependable manufacturing company. So Pride Mobility makes the iGo and the eFOLDi. They both come with a 1-year in-home service agreement. So what does that mean? You get your parts warranty, right? But the parts warranty just means you get replacement parts covered under warranty if there is a defect issue. With the service agreement, which is good for 1 year, that means that if you do have a warranty claim that's approved for a replacement part, you don't even need to leave your home. Pride Mobility or eFOLDi, really we will be the ones to dispatch a technician to your home. You don't have to go anywhere. And that's a huge peace of mind. Other manufacturers that don't include an in-home service agreement, in my opinion, lack the confidence in their build quality, dependability, and durability, so they're just not comfortable offering that because they think they're going to lose money. Now, with Pride Mobility's iGo and the eFOLDi Lite, they're built really well. They're super dependable, super sturdy machines. We barely get any service calls for them, and that's why the 1-year in-home service agreement is included with both of these models. And we're one of the few dealers out there to offer the 1-year in-home service agreement on the eFOLDi Lite. Most other dealers do not offer that. So I've got to say, the ride on the iGo is pretty comparable to the ride quality of the eFOLDi. It's smooth. The pavement here is not really flat. You can see there's a lot of imperfections on it. You don't really feel anything. It's pretty darn smooth. Really nice views. I'm having a great time. You having a good time?
I'm having a wonderful time.
He's having a wonderful time.
I've already been through here.
Have you?
Yeah, I think you came from the other way and met me over in the middle here.
Gotcha.
Right where that.
All right, folks, so we are pretty much done here. There's just a little cafe and a gift shop. We're not gonna bother going through that though. It's your typical cafe and gift shop, not really a 5-star restaurant for fine dining. However, you can get yourself probably a couple little snacks if you want, and little memorabilia at the gift shop. I do want to remind everyone that if you do have any questions, make sure you leave a comment. We do reply to every single comment within 1 business day. So it's nice to know that they do have scooters that you can use here, but of course they're big, bulky, not as comfortable as your own ride. Looks like they also have some manual wheelchairs to use as well, but of course nothing beats having your own personal ride. All right, folks, well, we just left the park and we are heading back towards the vehicle. Had a great time. And I did tell you at the beginning of this video that if you stayed tuned until the end, we'd teach you about our giveaway. So if you are looking at the screen, you're gonna see a few of our past winners. All they did was subscribe to the YouTube channel and left a comment. By subscribing and leaving a comment, you're automatically entered into our monthly giveaway raffle, and you could win a mobility scooter like the last few winners that you're seeing on the screen now. All they did was subscribe, they commented, and we replied to one of them randomly, said, hey, give us a call, you're the winner of our monthly giveaway. We're constantly doing giveaways, helping people out that could really use a scooter, and it's super easy, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm Sergio. That's Andrew. We're with Mobility Direct, and if you haven't already seen our YouTube channel, we have more videos than any other channel in the industry, so check them out. We have them organized by playlist. We have unboxing videos, repair videos. So I just want to take the time to personally thank you for watching this video, for supporting our YouTube channel, and make sure you stay tuned for the next video because it's going to be awesome. Like always, as Andrew likes to say,
Don't have a good day, have a great day.
Have a great day, everybody. Bye now.
Wow! Come on, groove it on. I said, baby, I know you're on a roll. Sweet honey, let's take it real slow.